Induction. In this presentation, we will go through the most relevant topics of our management system. Specifically, we will address health and safety and sustainability topics. At the end, there will be an assessment to verify understanding of the content. Management system. Our management system integrates the following international standards: ISO 9001 Quality Management, ISO 14001 Environmental Management, ISO 45001 Occupational Health and Safety Management, ISO 50001 Energy Management, and other technical standards necessary for our business. All documented information is stored on SharePoint, accessible to all Spirax Sarco Argentina colleagues. SharePoint is organized by document types, with the most important being policies, general procedures applicable to the entire organization, and specific procedures applicable to processes in specific areas. Among the most relevant policies are the Integrated Management System Policy, the Group Health and Safety Policy, and the Group Low Carbon Travel Policy. The Integrated Management System Policy is a statement of intentions and commitments regarding quality, health and safety, environment, and energy. This policy is an ISO requirement, so everyone must know it and understand how their job relates to it. In this policy, we declare our commitment to compliance with legal and stakeholders' requirements, track our performance in all these areas, and work on continuous improvement, create consultation spaces with colleagues, provide a safe and healthy work environment, protect the environment from our potential negative impacts, work on energy management. Our integrated management system policy and internal procedures align with the group's health and safety policy and low-carbon travel policy. The low-carbon travel policy outlines the decision flow chart to determine if traveling is necessary under the stated terms. Health and safety. The facilities are equipped with smoke detectors in the files store, shop floor office, and QEHS office, gas detectors in the boiler room and kitchen, and smoke extractor in the warehouse. Each of these elements contains a push button to be used in case of detecting a fire outbreak before the automatic sensor does. If the push button is used, an alarm is triggered in the area accompanied by a flashing light, and the system automatically notifies security and the shop floor office. Emergency management is described in Procedure PG, SXS.007 Emergency and Evacuation Plan, which complies with the group's Serious Incident Policy. This document determines people roles and how to proceed during an emergency. An emergency is a situation that is out of control and affects health, safety, or the environment, requiring a specific plan. Some examples include severe injuries to a person, such as amputation, fire or incipient fire, large spills, gas leaks. During an emergency, the following sequence occurs. First, an emergency event occurs. Second, the person who detects the emergency informs security, which serves as the communication center, by dialing 1111 on landline phones or in person. The person must state who is, what is the emergency, and where it is located. Third, security alerts the head of the brigade with a short alarm signal and acts as the communication link with emergency services. Fourth, if the emergency is confirmed, the head of the brigade summons the brigade team with 2 short alarm signals. Fifth, if evacuation is required, the alarm will sound during the whole process. The evacuation route used must be the shortest path to the exterior and then circumvent the building to the meeting point. The meeting point is located at the front of the building next to the security post. During the emergency, it is necessary to stay at the meeting point without obstructing the street since it might be used by emergency services. Only the brigade leader may authorize re-entering to the building. Events. Let's move on to our preventive actions. We define an event as anything that could impact negatively on safety. It is crucial to report all events we detect to prevent a minor event from escalating into a serious one. Colleagues report events through the ECO online system, while visitors should report them to their contact within the company. Events are classified into concerns. These are unsafe conditions, meaning elements in the work environment that could cause harm, or unsafe actions, meaning behaviors that endanger the safety of the person performing them or others. Near miss. This is an event that could have caused an accident, but due to fortuitous circumstances, no one was injured. Accident. This occurs when someone is injured. Everyone has the right, obligation, and authority to stop an activity, task, or work if there is any doubt about safety conditions. This means that if you feel that either yourself or another person could be at risk, you should request that the task be stopped, and together analyze the risks and make any necessary modifications to ensure that the activity is conducted safely. Let's watch a video about this.
We're all under pressure to get the job done. But regardless of how urgent or important a job may be, nothing's worth risking your safety. Whether you're a worker or an employer, together we can make the workplace safe.
Grenade!
Because no matter what you do, safety starts with you.
Now, let's watch the group's health and safety animation.
At Spirax Sarco Engineering, we have a clear vision for health and safety. Supporting your health and ensuring your safety is at the centre of every decision we make. As a company, our aim is to operate beyond compliance. It's not about ticking boxes. Our drive for continuous improvement is because we care, and we want to make sure you go home safe to your loved ones at the end of every day, feeling content and well. As individuals, we take our own and each other's health and safety into our hands, protecting our colleagues, inspiring customers with our commitment, as we all make our difference to both the company's sustainable growth and the realization of our shared purpose. Together, we must remain constantly vigilant to any potential risks in our workplaces, because health and safety is never fixed. So let's all take health and safety into our hands. Let's work together within our new Health and Safety Excellence Framework, CARE, to protect ourselves and our colleagues as we strive to evolve our injury and illness-free mindset. CARE enables us to focus on culture. We continue to build on the unique and inclusive culture we are creating across the group. Assurance, in everything we do to attain the highest standards. Risks, identify them, assess them, and control them. Enablement, working together across the group to make our difference. We care, but remember, health and safety is also in your hands. We all have a role to play to make sure that our workplaces are safe, and we all return home safely each day to our loved ones. This is where you make our difference. We ask that you embrace our 5 core health and safety principles in your everyday work. Never walk by. Everyone is empowered to respectfully speak up, directly challenge, or stop or report any activity or condition if you believe it is unsafe. Nothing is so important that it should not be done safely. Always think what if, not if only. Even when things are going well, stop to consider potential risks and take action to eliminate them before they can happen. Understand and learn. If something does go wrong, we must take our time to assess and understand each situation and take prompt action to avoid putting ourselves or others at risk. We must always strive for a zero-blame mindset, unless there was willful neglect or intent. Always work safely. Follow any work instruction or training and understand the risks involved. Identify, obtain, and use the correct personal protective equipment for the job you're doing. No exceptions. Support and respect each other's well-being. We are all responsible for creating a psychologically safe and inclusive environment where we can have direct, open conversations and challenge each other respectfully without fear. Don't forget that our dedicated teams of health and safety professionals across the group are always on hand to support and guide you. We care, but remember, health and safety is also in your hands.
Personal protective equipment. In the shop floor, personal protective equipment must be worn. In production areas, meaning the entire shop floor except the warehouse, safety shoes, high-visibility clothing, safety glasses, and hearing protection must be worn. In racking areas, meaning the warehouse and other locations where storage is more than 3 positions in height, safety shoes, high-visibility clothing, and a helmet must be worn. Additionally, there are other personal protective equipment items that are added depending on the task. Sustainability. Our Spirax Group strategy defines our purpose, what we exist for, our vision, mission, and values. From this strategy, we define objectives and strategic initiatives. Initiative 7 aims to guide us towards becoming a sustainable company. This initiative has an agenda that guides us toward our goals. This includes several topics, among which are energy, reduce our energy consumption and generate zero greenhouse gas emissions from our direct activities. Waste, reduce waste generation and achieving zero waste to landfill. Water, decrease our water consumption. Community, engage in volunteer activities and projects that positively impact the environment. What are greenhouse gases? The atmosphere is naturally composed of gases, some of which contribute to the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect is a natural phenomenon that allows part of the radiation from the sun, as well as heat emitted by the Earth, to be reflected and retained, maintaining the planet's temperature. In other words, it's essential for supporting life on Earth. The more greenhouse gases there are, the more heat is trapped, leading to an increase in global temperatures. So, what human activities generate greenhouse gases? All of them. Energy generation mostly comes from burning fossil fuels, which produce greenhouse gases in this process. Waste emits greenhouse gases as it decomposes. Vehicles used in logistics consume fossil fuels. In other words, all consumption, as every production process requires energy, logistics, and generates waste. That's why we must reduce our consumption as much as is reasonable. Energy consumption can be divided into 2 categories. Directly managed consumption. This includes the use of gas, electricity, and the company's vehicle fleet. Indirectly managed consumption. This involves travel in other modes of transportation and logistics processes. Our commitment is to reduce our emissions starting with gas, electricity, and fuel consumption. Let's move on to waste. What is waste? Waste is any element, material, object, or substance that, because of consumption processes and human activities, is discarded or abandoned. When does something become waste? When we decide to discard it because we cannot find a use for it. Our decisions directly impact waste generation. When we choose to bring our own bag to the supermarket, the use of a new bag is avoided. When our company decides to replace plastic packaging, the introduction to the environment of more plastic and difficult to recycle waste is avoided. To achieve our goals, we must: first, avoid generating waste by focusing on reduction and reuse. Second, seek destinations for our waste other than landfills, such as recycling options. To achieve this, we all must commit to using the waste bins according to our waste management procedure. In the brown boxes, only office paper can be disposed, without placing napkins or ream wrappers. In the green plastic bins, only bottles without liquid can be disposed. In the blue compost bins, only fruit scraps, yerba mate, coffee grounds, or tea bags can be disposed, without placing any other type of food or napkin. In the black bins, only other dry waste can be disposed. Any food scraps should be placed in the canteen bins, as moisture hinders the recycling of these wastes. Additionally, other waste materials are reused and recycled, such as pallets, cardboard, and production swarf. Batteries, fluorescent tubes, and electronic devices are generated in all facilities and classified as hazardous waste. Waste from painting and maintenance processes must be placed in the blue bins at the shop floor. Personal protective equipment is in contact with these materials, so it must be disposed in the same containers. Thank you.